Hey YouTube, it's the Morning Brew. How are y'all? Happy Monday. Mm. Crazy long weekend. Crazy long week last week. Of course, if you notice, the Friday edition of the Brew came out on basically Sunday. Mostly because my schedule got a monkey wrench thrown into it all week and I couldn't get to it, and unfortunately it was late. But it's there. You know, it did get recorded on Friday, I just could not get to it. So now I gotta try and keep these in a timely fashion so we can get things rolling in a proper manner, as it would be. Anyways, on the front end of things, nothing to report really. The weekend was fun. I mean, I will say I spent the evening hanging out and partying it up with Warfy, my fellow admin, and you know, when you start going through YouTube after a few drinks, you find some really interesting stuff. I'll put up a video, I hope. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll let you be surprised by it. But as we were going through 80s and 90s cartoon intros, eventually we started talking toys. And then we started talking bootleg toys. And then we happened to find a video series of really bad bootleg toys from the 80s. Man, did we find some gems. So all I'm going to say is we both have a desire to now collect bootleg toys. Personally, I have a desire to collect bootleg toys and see if I can improve upon the bootleg quality by painting and making pieces for them. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It all depends on how crazy we get. But I will say that tune in for this Toy Tuesday tomorrow. I'll be posting some funny as heck bootleg stuff. Anyways, as far as anything else, like really just hope you all had a great Mother's Day. I don't share this very often. Unfortunately, my mother passed away a few years back. My father passed away over a decade ago now, and my grandmother also passed away 30 days after my mom that same year. So it's not an easy holiday for me to celebrate. Of course, my beautiful wife and my son and my girls, I celebrate her. And I pulled a pretty good card. I went and got her a big old strawberry cheesecake. And showed up with chocolate-covered strawberries on top of that. So, best Costco trip I've ever made. So yeah, I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. And I will say this, I said it in a private Facebook post, but I'll say it again. Without trying very hard not to get teared up or anything like that. If you have a mother, or father, or grandmother, or whoever raises you or raised you, if they're still in your life and they were good people, and they did everything they could for you, and they did their best. I'm not saying that they had to buy you everything you wanted. I'm not saying they had to be the most amazing person in the world. But they did the best they could. And you're still here. And you're not a complete mess because of it. Thank them. Thank them simply for the fact that they did what they could with what they had. I know from my side of the perspective, it's a very unique look at life when I don't have my parents around anymore. I don't have them here to tell me how to help raise my son. I don't have them here to turn to them and say, what do I do when he cries like this? You know, it's things that you'll never notice until they're gone, or until it's too late. So just do yourself a favor. Don't wait till Mother's Day, don't wait till Father's Day, don't wait till birthdays. If you have someone good in your life, just appreciate them now. You just never know when they're not going to be there for the next one. And that's all I got to say about that. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. And cheers. Anyways, let's get to the news. Starting off the week, we got Zack Snyder teasing us all. Like a prom date who just claims she's going to put out if you buy that extra oversized limo. Well, speaking of oversized limos, he's teasing the Batmobile for the upcoming Batman vs. Superman movie. Do I look impressed? No. I wasn't impressed with Man of Steel. I'm not impressed with Zack Snyder in general. Read an interesting article about The Man of Steel and how it was one of the most overrated films of all time. and a complete failure in comparison to the Dark Knight series. And I gotta say that I agree with a lot of what the article read or stated about him. Man of Steel's biggest issue was there was hardly any storytelling to be told. There was a lot of action sequences, and there was a lot of like fast-moving, camera pans and stuff like that, but not a lot was told. I get that a lot of us already know the origin of Superman by heart. No doubt about that. So many do. But there could have been so much more they could have done with it. So now Snyder's got his hands on the sequel, the JLA movie, or as they'll call it, Justice League, because God forbid we call it Justice League of America. I'm not going to agree. With the exception of Bruce Wayne, nobody, Hal Jordan, and Barry Barton, Flash, and the Green Lantern, of course. Nobody else is American. Everybody else is Kryptonian, Amazonian, from Atlantean, and Martian. So, who knows what we'll do with the Justice League. But now that Snyder's got his hands on it, I'm afraid that we're not going to get what we got from Marvel as far as DC is concerned. I feel that Snyder is going to give us another fast-paced boom, 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 bang, bang, bang movie. Much like Michael Bay goes boom, 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 all over the place before he does anything. That's why the Ninja Turtles is not looking good. But, again, I'll criticize once the movies come out, but history doesn't fail to predict a lot of directors' style. It's a very nerve-wracking situation where he needs a really good producer or somebody who's not going to give him an automatic, yes sir, you're right sir. Kind of like Lucas back in the day. I forget the gentleman's name, but I'm sure if real Star Wars fans will know what I'm talking about. Lucas had a producer on his team that didn't give him his way on things. He'd argue with him about everything. He'd tell him, no, George, that's not the way things need to go. This is the way we need to go. And they would debate it, and they would talk it out, and they would figure it out. So two great minds collided constantly to come up with the amazing trilogy that we got. Then George went ahead and started working on the next trilogy. And by the way, I'm very well aware that Lucas did not direct the second or third films. And in fact, in the new trilogy, I believe George Lucas directed all three and had nobody to tell him otherwise. Hence we got Jar Jar Binks. So I think Snyder is, when he needs somebody to kick his ass, when he thinks he's God's gift to nerds. But we won't know until the movies come out what we're really in for. Like I said, I highly suspect we're not in for anything too great. What surprises me is when people think that the Man of Steel movie was so great. I'm very baffled by that. I saw it months after it came out. Obviously, like maybe 3 weeks ago that I announced that I watched it. And I'm not impressed. I wasn't happy with it at all. I was actually bored out of my freaking skull with it. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but doesn't look too good. Speaking of not looking too good, Hugh Jackman, who looks great, who unfortunately got diagnosed with skin cancer once again, but best of luck to him. I admire the actor. But not looking good is the X-Men series. Apparently, they want him back for a possible 2 other X-Men films. Of course, we've got a Wolverine sequel coming out in 2017, and then X-Men Apocalypse soon after that. Now, this sounds like this, as someone who was born in 1980, 2017 sounds like a crazy number out there. Like, oh, it's the year 2086. Yeah, 2017 is 3 years from now. My son will be 4. That's crazy to me. That's insanity that the 2017 is so close to us. It sounds like an old fogey, I know, but it really does sound like a far, far away goal. So it's kind of nuts. Anyways, Hugh Jackman's been talking about how X-Men Days of Future Past, and then the upcoming Wolverine film will be his last role as Wolverine. Now, X-Men Apocalypse apparently will be taking place in the 80s with the First Class crew. So Wolverine isn't necessarily needed. But now, with the way the X-Men Days of Future Past is going to work, I'm thinking that they're going to alter the timeline. And we might just have a young Jean and young Scott running around. And the crap that happened in the first 3 films will have basically never happened if they bring Wolverine in. Because unless you shoot him in the head a second time, I don't see how he would have lost his memories yet again. Anyways, so we'll see how this one goes. Hugh Jackman has said that it's kind of rough on his body, having to lose all that weight and stay in that shape in order to get the film done. So producers are trying really hard to film both the Wolverine sequel and X-Men Apocalypse back to back, so that Jackman can retire, or at least get those 2 films out of the way. Fox, of course, overheard Jackman saying that it should be his last movie, and they're starting to throw the money out there. I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine as much as I dislike the X-Men movies as a whole. I don't dislike his portrayal, dislike him as Wolverine. I've actually enjoyed him greatly as Wolverine. Him and Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier, and I forgot his name, plays Magneto in the original trilogy, have done a fantastic job with the roles, and I love them in them. And obviously, actors have to retire at some point, or have to retire a role. It just happens. It's the way life goes, and sometimes it just has to go because it has to go. So we'll see what happens with the X-Men series. I don't know. Like I said, I'm on the fence about X-Men Days of Future Past. I could be wrong. It could be fantastic. It could be one of the best films ever made. And it could just be X-Men 3 all over again. Anyways, so moving on, outside of movie news, Apple, of course, announced that they bought Beats Audio for a gajillion dollars. I didn't even look it up. I didn't bother. It was some obnoxious amount of money that Dr. Dre made off of that. Now, rumors have it that Apple is going to be improving upon Beats Audio and improving upon the price tag, meaning that we might have a lower cost Beats Audio versus the current cost Beats Audio. My opinion on Beats Audio, overrated. I think it's obnoxious that I've seen guys that literally are walking around with the headphones on their head, the more expensive ones, the $500-$600 ones, on their head with the cable hanging down, plugged into nothing, standing next to each other talking while these headphones, they become fashion accessories. This is ridiculous. I saw a guy just the other day walking with his girlfriend, and on the side that's not facing her, his ear is uncovered. The headphone is back here. The side that's facing her, clunk. You'd think the girlfriend would go, hey, yeah, that's real nice. Block the side that you have to listen to me from. But what I find hilarious is that people wear them as a fashion accessory. I'm not sure why. It's particularly the black culture does it. And you can call me racist if you want, but here in San Diego, or specifically Chula Vista, predominantly the black male is the one wearing Beats Audio headphones as a fashion statement. I've seen plenty of girls, don't get me wrong. I've seen Latinos, I've seen Asians, I've seen all of them. But you more commonly see them hanging out, and when I saw people literally with the headphones just on and nothing plugged in, 2 black guys. Again, call me racist if you want. I don't care. It's like saying Mexicans, like a lot of Mexicans in the Chicano culture, like to wear oversized baggy shorts with bright white shoes and bright long knee-high socks. It's a fact. It happens. It ain't racist when it's true. So deal with it. Anyways, I've also talked to people who work in sound engineering and make headphones themselves, and they said the same thing. Beats Audio headphones are really overpriced for what they deliver. You can buy some JVCs or whatever for less money, better quality. And I agree with that. I've tested out Beats Audio. The quality, manufacturing quality is good. They're made of really good material and made to last. They're just not good in the sound department. They're not Bose. They're not... I've got a pair of Bob Marley headphones that I got for a review a long time ago. And I tested them out against Beats Audio's best lineup. And I like my Marleys a lot better. And they're not made from top-of-line material. They're made from recycled material to protect the rainforest and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where if you're buying Beats audio headphones, you're paying for the shiny plastics and metals that they're made of. Let's just be clear. Now, Apple is rumored that they will take that shiny metal finish that they already use in their own personal products and make better quality sound. Granted, this is coming also with the announcement that iPhone 6 is coming out and will be bigger than the iPhone 5, aka giving us the supposed almost tablet feel to the phone. So I don't know, iPhone 6 Beats audio, it sounds like we're going to have matching colors to matching headphones coming up. Could be a possibility, I don't doubt it. But I just replaced my iPhone 4S with an iPhone 4S. My old one stopped ringing and nothing worked to fix it, so I bought a new one for $1. No, I think like $41 when you add the taxes that the damn contract tax in. But still, $40 for a new phone, and it's so shiny and new, and the button feels really funny because it's like not been pressed 1,000 times by me. Anyways, so I'm happy with that. I will say it's nice to finally hear my phone ring when I need it to ring. Anyways, moving on to the last story of the day, because I've got things to do, like cleaning the carpet, because that's my Mother's Day gift to my wife. I'm functional, guys. Jewelry and all that stuff is nice, but you don't know the satisfaction your lady gets when you show up with a strawberry cheesecake, chocolate-covered strawberries, and then you say, baby, this week, I'm washing the carpet twice. Oh, yeah. She's a happy camper. Like I said, I'm functional. I give gifts that will make you happy because you didn't realize you really wanted it. Or, in other words, I'm cheap. If that's what you want to call me, fine. Anyways, last in the news, Tomodachi Life, which was in the news last week for talking about not putting in gay marriage and me talking about the loophole you could do. Well, they're back in the news today because apparently, not only because you're able to give your me a voice for the first time, not only will you have a me who talks to your friends that you create or run into, but apparently rap battles will be a thing now. You'll be able to have a rap battle with one of your closest friends. How good a rap battle that will be is still to be determined. I suspect it won't be any worse than Eminem. I went there. Anyways. So, hopefully I can get my hands on a copy of Tomodachi Life at some point. I don't know if I'll get a copy before it comes out to review it. I don't know if I'll get a copy right when it comes out. Or maybe months after. Who knows? I'm really interested in the game. I really want to play it. It looks fantastic. Fantastic combination of Animal Crossing meets The Sims meets the horrible Second Life game that everybody loves to play, and I really want to try it. I want to see what it's about, and I'm addicted to The Sims. I love The Sims. I hate the fact that right now I don't have a working copy of The Sims, so this would be a nice little fix. Anyways, let's move on. Yes. So, with that, that's the last story of the day. It is at around the mark we need to head out anyways. I did announce on Friday that these videos will be showing up on the Geeked Out Nation's video feeds on their website. So if you're watching me there now, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show, and hopefully you'll subscribe. If you're watching on the regular YouTube channel, hey, there's 2 more options to watch, which is geekycastillo.com, which I would appreciate the visits there, or geekoutnation.com. Hey, a lot more geekiness across the board. So with that, I wish you all a great day. I wish you all a happy Monday. And I wish I could get this done sooner so you guys could watch it earlier, but you won't. You'll see it sometime tonight. So, with that, don't forget to do the usual subscribe, like, and share thing. Tell a friend. Help me spread the word even farther. And of course, as always, and from this point on, don't forget to do yourself a favor. Just enjoy your brew. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the end of the video. I really appreciate every minute you spend with me. So here's the other thing I need from you. I need you to click the subscribe button. I need you to click on those playlists down there, the Nerd Block, the Morning Brew playlist, of course Late Night Rants, which I know I haven't gotten around too much, but I will, I promise. And of course, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter, hit up geekykastillo.com. I write some great articles and reviews, and I'm constantly trying to interact with you. That's all I'm asking for. A little click, a little tickle, maybe get a pickle.